Debbie has received the worst embarrassment of her life, and it's very good for her because that is what you get for trying to snitch on your friend. I know that everything that you are trying to do is to destroy Clara. But then Jonathan, for the first time, defended his wife. But wait a minute. Did Jonathan actually stood up for the wife, slapping his friend Emeka just to have an opportunity to run away so that he will not end up paying for the food that him and his friends ate? Because that is what I think Jonathan is trying to do here. He was not really doing it because he wanted to protect the wife. Or was he doing it because he saw that the daughter was watching everything, how his friend was hitting the mother, and then he wants to prove to the girl that he is the father and that he can also fight for his family, so that the girl would not see him as somebody who was trying to manipulate her all along? Jonathan, you need to understand that everything that you are doing right now will definitely come back to haunt you. The best thing you can do for yourself is to refrain from these things that you are doing and start doing the right thing. Keep away from friends that will destroy your family. Hans has really proven to be a very kind and gentle man, making a promise to Clara's daughter that he is never going to destroy their family is a good one. But at some point, we are beginning to wish, based on what Jonathan is doing, that Hans should even end up with Clara, because there will be a best couple. Because even Jonathan's friend himself is also tired of Jonathan. He is never in support of Jonathan's action. But what is Jonathan doing? He prefers to listen to Emeka that is always giving him bad advice so that he will have an opportunity to torture Clara. But just wait and see what is coming for you. After what happened on the last episode, that Clara's daughter went to visit Hans to find out if Hans is having something with the mom. Hans also made a good promise to this little girl that he's never going to destroy her home. And then, while they were at it, Clara's daughter was so excited when Hans told her that you can see me as a friend, somebody you can always talk to. Debbie, that is always looking for a way to destroy this marriage, was somewhere snapping them when he actually hugged the little girl. Now, the question is, what is Debbie trying to achieve by snapping the two of them, hugging each other? Is she going to use it to destroy Hans? Because that is what she's going to do. She might go home and start telling Clara that Hans is doing something with her daughter, which will bring issue between the both of them. Hans, being a very sensitive man, invited Clara to his office. But before then, Jonathan's friend finally came to visit Clara to congratulate her that her business is actually doing well. They never expected. Even Clara herself did not even believe that this business will be this big. And that is why she said, sometimes you don't know how far you can go until you get started, which is one of the things that has always been a problem to a lot of people. Sometimes we cannot just start what we want to do. We are just scared of the unknown. But look at what Clara has done for herself. I mean, if Clara was just waiting for Jonathan to keep providing for the family, she will not have an opportunity to have such a big business moving for her. And then Jonathan's friend also advised Clara, listen, I have actually gone to Hans' office to talk to him. I don't know if he actually related it to you, because I know that Hans is still in love with you. And I know that deep down you are also in love with Hans. So the only thing you can do for yourself is to be careful. But Clara still keeps on insisting that he loves Jonathan and that Hans understands. Even though Hans still loves her, that is very obvious. Hans still understands that she is now married and she cannot divorce her husband just to be with her, which is one thing that I love about Clara. Clara is family oriented. She is not willing to leave her family for anything. Even though Hans has proven to be the best option, Clara is not willing to leave her family to be with Hans. It could just be that destiny did not want them to be together, which is exactly what is going on. But when Hans took Clara to his office, Clara started narrating, all the rubbish that she came with. She started saying that, it is not in my place to say this to you. So why are you here? You already know that it is not in your place to speak to Hans concerning Clara, but you are still here all because you have selfish interest. She went ahead to tell Hans that I know you have done a lot for my friend, but right now if something is not done, Clara might end up falling into depression. So, what I want you to do right now is to come back to Clara's life so that she will not end up in depression, because she's really facing a lot in that marriage. And even her mother is supporting the husband because the husband is giving her money. So, she's just being quiet and allowing her daughter to suffer. Now, the question is, which money are you talking about? Hanks has not even paid Jonathan a dime. Don't you have sense? Why can't you see that they already see through you, that all you want is to destroy this relationship that they have? You are so shameless. You don't understand that all you are doing will not work. Why she kept on insisting that Hans come to her life? Hans nan asked her, did Clara send you to my office? She said, no, Clara didn't send me to your office. So why are you here? You just came in here to speak nonsense to me. If Clara is depressed, she knows what to do. So don't speak for her. Don't, in fact, you are not supposed to be her mouthpiece. You are supposed to be her friend. So get out of my office, and when next you want to come to my office, book an appointment, because I'm not going to let you in. Hans, I give you kudos for this action. I give you kudos because you have really acted as a man of wisdom. You can already see through Debbie that she is not here for a good thing. She is here to destroy things. And I'm very proud of you for this decision. But look at what happened after everything. Jonathan shamelessly brought his friends to humiliate the wife, to actually eat from the wife restaurant without paying. You can imagine how shameless Jonathan is. So you think that another man gave your wife money to start up a business, and all you want to do is to come here to ruin the business for her? It is never going to work. When they brought everything, she started calling on the wife to start serving them. Even when he knew perfectly well that the wife has a lot of people working for her, she insisted that the wife serve her and the friends if she doesn't want trouble. And you know that Clara does not want trouble. In fact, there are a lot of people around. She doesn't want to start any issue with the husband, Jonathan. She decided to honor and respect the husband, just to serve them. But while she was trying to take an order, you can see how, Emeka and the other friends were already, trying to make her uncomfortable in her own restaurant. But look at the shameless Debbie coming out of Hank's office. And she also said to herself, I was trying to destroy the relationship that you have with Clara. But today, you, Hanks, insulted me. But wait and see what I'm going to do. I am going to completely destroy Clara. What will you gain? That is what I keep asking Clara. What will you gain from all this? You should know that all these things that you are trying to achieve will not work. It will go to nowhere, you know. And when Clara eventually started serving the husband the meal and everything, they started complaining. This one was saying, no, I don't want this. I don't want that. Jonathan, did you bring your friends to your wife's restaurant just to humiliate her? And when she, served them the meal, they started complaining that this is not what they want. I didn't order for this. Whereas you were the one that ordered for everything. And when she served, they started complaining again that there is no pepper in it, but they were already enjoying the food. That is how I know that Jonathan actually came here to only bring these people to humiliate the wife. And then at some point, the wife got tired, but she still kept on because this is her business and she needed that money. But surprising to the wife, when they were done eating, Jonathan and his friends stood up and they were about to leave. And this is where the whole thing got, scattered. Jonathan wants to live with his friend without paying for the food that they ate, all in the name of, oh, my wife restaurant and it's also my business. So I came here with my friends to eat food and you want to humiliate me in front of my friend. What do you mean? This is business. You cannot just go out there and bring your friends to your wife's restaurant to eat without paying. And then while they were trying to iron things out, Emeka started insulting Clara. This is something that Jonathan is not supposed to tolerate or welcome. But because he already planned all this, he allowed Emeka to go ahead to insult Clara. And Clara could not handle it. She slapped Emeka. And Emeka immediately slapped Clara back and told her, you think I am Jonathan that will allow you to, insult me or slap me and go scot-free? Clara again slapped Emeka. But why, this whole thing was going on, Clara's daughter was somewhere watching. And when Jonathan saw that the daughter was watching, he shamelessly started slapping Emeka and pushed him out of the restaurant, including the other friends. Now, when Jonathan left, I'm beginning to think that Jonathan wants to use an opportunity to run out of this restaurant without paying. All at the same time, he's doing this thing to at least, prove to the daughter that he can fight for the family. That is what I think Jonathan is trying to achieve by doing all of these things. He does not want to protect the wife. Jonathan will never do that. And when they got outside, he kept on punching Emeka and slapping him. Now, Jonathan, what is the issue? What are you trying to prove right now? That you are what? I know that at the end of the day, Jonathan will go and beg Emeka. Yes, but Emeka will not accept unless Jonathan gives him money, because he was not expecting what Jonathan did to him. Maybe this will prove to Emeka that all that he's doing also, he will end up failing. But we'll get to find out about this whole thing on the next episode. All right, like the video if you have not liked the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll bring the next episode as soon as it drops. But for now, take care.